You're still lingering like the old cologne that you wore. I still see your face in the empty frame by the door.
Hello, welcome back to the channel. Thank you guys so much for joining me. My name is Renata, and in today's video guys, I have a treat for you. I'm taking part in So Frugal 2022, and today is my day to share my inspiration and my sewing plans along with Marisos. So guys, let's dive right into this amazing challenge. Okay, enough with the smiling. Let's get down to business. We're going to start by thanking Sam of Frugalissima and Ruan of the Yorkshire Soul Girl for putting this challenge together for another year. This is year 2, and we are no longer just So Frugal dresses. We are So Frugal 2022, so you can sew whatever you want as long as you've found free patterns for it. So let me take you through the 4 easy steps to partake in this challenge. The first thing you need to do is go find those free patterns that really appeal to you, that you love. If you are lacking inspiration or you have no idea where to find free patterns, please head over to Sam or Ruan's YouTube channel. They will have links to some amazing videos that will help you choose, just like this one that you're watching today. Also, do a search here on YouTube for So Frugal 2022 and bam, just like that, tons of video inspiration are on your screens. So let's shout out those 2 amazing sewers that shared their videos yesterday, the Delilah Society and the Wandering Bobbing. Today is my day, the Twilight Stitcher and Marisos. Tomorrow is Ruan, your lovely co-host, the Yorkshire Soul Girl, and the Stitch Makers Studio. So if you are interested in knowing about any of these amazing sewers, all the information will be down below, as well as a link to Sam and Ruan's So Frugal 2022 Q&A. So if you have questions brewing and you're curious or you're not sure, head over through that link, watch that video, as well as jump on over to Instagram, shoot any of us a message. We're here to help you along the way and inspire you to join into this amazing challenge, which has so many prizes. Guys, you just have to share your completed garment for this challenge because you could be one of the lucky winners of many prizes. Now let's jump into my inspiration for this challenge. Okay friends, here we are. I have 5 patterns that I searched and that I'm going to be sharing with you. I'm also going to be sharing with you some fabric that I have in my stash. And lastly, I have 3 bonus free patterns that I think pretty much everyone should have and that they are worth taking the time to look at. Now let's dive into my inspiration for this year. It is really a different approach, so meet me in the next section guys and I'll talk you through it. As I mentioned earlier, the challenge is a little bit different where you can sew pretty much any garment that is free. So last year it was So Frugal dress and you had to find a dress pattern that was free and you had to sew it. But amazingly, this year Sam and Ruan decided to mix things up a little bit, more challenging, right? You can sew anything that you like. If you find a shorts sewing pattern that's free, a blouse, a dress, or whatever. So I'm taking advantage of that and I am going to sew separates. I'm not sure if I'm going to make a full outfit with the separates, but I know that I'm going to be making a top for sure, and possibly a bottom. The first pattern that I'm going to share with you guys is from Peppermint magazine. This is the Paddington top. It is so simple yet super gorgeous. I love this amazing, simple, curved neckline, as well as the puffy sleeve and the buttons down the back. I think what drew me to this pattern was the fact that the sleeves were so amazing and it looked like such a simple make, but it would have a lot of power in the punch because it's just a fabulous pattern. I think that it would look amazing with skirts, with slim fitting pants and a really nice belt, because the sleeves will just help to balance all the entire outfit if you wear something slim. You can also wear this with an amazing full skirt, get a really nice wide belt to cinch in the waist, and then you have the puffy sleeves, so there again we're balancing it out. I do love this pattern. I also feel like it is one that I'm going to possibly make because the sleeves really have my attention. For this pattern, I thought one of two fabrics would work for it. This first fabric I purchased from Mood about 4 or 5 years ago. It's a really pretty chevron style fabric with a lot of colors in it. I think it would look amazing for this pattern. The one thing is the chevron of this patchwork. I'm going to have to be very strategic as to how I'm going to lay it so it looks, you know, well thought out and not thrown together. So this is the first fabric. It has a really nice flow to it, which is one of the reasons I'm not sure I want to use this, because of that puffy sleeve. I want it to really stand out, and this is a bit drapey, so I'm going to have to think on this for a few days and decide, you know, if I do make that pattern, if this would be the best fabric for it. The next fabric that I would consider, this is more of a cotton woven fabric. There's no stretch in this. The voile-ish fabric from Mood has a little give, but this one is more structured, and I love this print. I picked it up last year from Mood. I think it's a really pretty fabric. It would look lovely in that design again, but it's still a little light, so I may do something with the sleeves where I add probably some extra fabric, just something to give it a little more structure. So these are the options for that Paddington if I sew it. The next pattern that I thought would go really well with this challenge is again from Peppermint Magazine, and it is the Milton Pinafore. The reason I chose this is because I'm not a pinafore kind of person. I never really liked pinafore, just like I don't like wearing t-shirts under slips. I don't know. I just don't really like it. I see it on other people and I think it looks beautiful, but I'm not sure if that's my kind of style or if I would even look really good in it. However, this pinafore really got my attention because of the mid section there. I really like how it's super structured, and I also like the idea that you can either go cross back with the straps or you could go like straight back. So you could just like flip it over and button it at the back, or you can flip it over and, you know, go diagonally on your back. I do like that detail on it. So my fabric of choice, or the fabrics that I'm considering for that, and I have two, again, another double fabric for you here, and these are denims that I've had for a while. The first one is this really pretty purple denim. I've had this one for multiple years. I would say I've had this for about 8 or 9 years. Yes, a very long time. But I wanted to make a jeans with this, but I could never really like settle down and decide which jeans pattern I want to make with it. So, you know, I thought, well, I could use it for this pinafore and it would look really pretty, and depending on whichever of the Paddingtons I made, they both would go really nicely with this fabric. So let me bring those two fabrics back up and then you guys can see how they work with this fabric. So here is the first layering of fabric. So this is the blouse fabric. This is option 1 with the purple denim if I decided to go with this for the Paddington and then this for the pinafore. And here is the patchwork chevron print, so I actually do think that the patchwork chevron print looks really good with this purple denim fabric, and if I do make the Paddington and the Milton, it would be a really nice outfit. Let me know your thoughts. Which one do you prefer, the patchwork fabric or the floral fabric from Mood? Along the same line of that Milton pinafore, I've had this cotton sateen from Mood fabric for about 5 or 6 years and I've just never sewn it. I thought I really loved this when I first bought it and I wanted to make something really amazing with it. There was a McCall's pattern that had the sort of voile fabric of this same pattern, you know, the same face of this fabric, and they made a really pretty jumpsuit and I was like, ooh, they have it in denim at Joann, so let me grab it and I'll probably make an amazing dress with it. And I've never sewn it since, but the Milton would look really nice with this, and if I wore a white t-shirt underneath, that would really pop. So this is the fabric that I would consider, you know, working with for that Milton. Let's bring this one up close so you guys have a better view of it. It's really pretty. It's got a nice stretch to it. The third pattern that I'm going to share with you is from Mood Society. So mood.com has a huge library of sewing patterns that are free. It is ridiculous how big that inventory is over there. And my last Sew Frugal challenge dress came from Mood Society. I'm breaking it up and saying Mood Society because you cannot really find the patterns on mood.com. You have to go to their blog, and from the blog, if you look at the tabs just under the address of the website, you're going to see free patterns, and that's how you get to it from the Mood Society. So this is the floral blouse. I really like this one. It's not my typical type of like shirt or pattern, mainly because I tend to go for more form-fitting pieces. However, I've really noticed that I'm kind of straying away from that and I'm doing a lot of more boxy style, which isn't typically my thing, but you know, it all has to do with your styling and how you're pairing your pieces together and just how you put the entire outfit together. So never really say never or say something truly isn't yours, because you just don't know until you put the pieces together how they'll look and how you'll feel in them. So I do like this one. It's really a unique design. You know, the texture of the upper half of this blouse is lace, and then the lower half is more of a traditional solid fabric that's flowy. And I thought that was really nice because overall I like mixing textures, and I think this would be really fun to put together. I have a lot of other fabrics that I could work with, and I might, but the two fabrics that kind of, I think it's two. Yeah, the two fabrics that I have that, you know, would possibly work for it. The first one is some lace fabric that I have, and it's leftover lace, so depending on if I have enough, it might be a patchwork deal, but we'll see. Let me get that one for you. So the first half of this pattern could actually utilize this leftover lace fabric. I have quite a few leftover lace fabric in black, so there could be possibilities of working them together. So this is one that I got from Joann's about a year ago. And the next fabric option, so the next black fabric, which is a possibility, is this one. I made this a long time ago when I couldn't sew anything. Like I had no sewing skills whatever, and it was just horrible. But this fabric is really beautiful lace, and I thought I could use this lace fabric to make the top half of that pattern, and then use my leftover black fabric. I have about a yard of a leftover cotton, you know, non-stretch but not like cheap cotton fabric that I could use to create that shirt. So that could be a possibility. Let me know your thoughts so far. I've shared 3 patterns with you guys, and I have 2 more to share with you. So let's continue. Okay, so number 4 is the Savannah Shacket from Mood Society. This, you know, shackets are just like oversized shirt, but they are made in kind of like jacket material kind of thing. So they're a little more heavy. I really like the bust pockets on this one, the flap bust pocket. And I do like, you know, the cuff and the slightly wider sleeves. Another boxy style, which is typically not my sort of thing, but I'm willing to try it because this is a challenge and I'm so excited to dive into new things. That's why it's called a challenge. So you push yourself, you're going a little bit further out of your comfort zone, and that is good because then you'll really know if you truly don't like something or if you really love something that you never thought you would try. So I am going to be using some Mammoth flannel. I've had this fabric for about 5 or 6 years. Got it right here. Here it is. It's got some red, some black, some grays, so it's a really classic sort of color that I could use multiple times. I could wear like a red skirt or red jeans, white jeans, black jeans, typical blue jeans. I could also wear turtleneck on the inside, sleeveless shirts. I mean, you, especially with a shacket, which is a lot bigger than the actual person wearing it, so you could totally make this anything you want. You can be completely punk rock, or you could totally try to streamline it and look really classic and well put together, more polished, which is, you know, the realm I like to stay in. So this is the fabric that I'm going to use, and you know, it's not too thick. I have enough fabric, so I know I can make something like that. So yeah, that's option 4. Let's move on to the 5th option. So I'm not sure if I mentioned it earlier, but since this challenge was a little bit different, I really wanted to focus on the separates, because normally I don't really make separates. I love sewing dresses. It's just my passion making dresses, but I know that I need separates in my wardrobe, and I want simple separates, but I also want elevated separates as well. The next pattern I'm going to share with you is this beautiful woman's baggy v-neck tee. This pattern comes from Lowland Kids, and I just think it is amazing. I love this pattern. It is very simple, but boy, does it look like something you would pick up from Anthropologie, or you would get from Sandro, just some sort of high-end store. You'd pick something up from there that looks like this pattern. The pattern is really designed, you know, beautifully. I love it. It really pulled me in because it looks so professional. It's got that slouchy kind of feel to it, and I have this fabric from Mood that I purchased 2 years ago, and I have not done anything with it, and I love a v-neck. Also, this fabric and this pattern would go really well, so it would work nicely with the Milton pinafore. It is this beautiful stretch jersey fabric. Wouldn't this look beautiful in that v-neck pattern? Yes, I think it would. So those are the 5 patterns that I think are amazing. I would love to sew a complete outfit, but I'm going to take a few days to kind of decide what I want to do for the challenge. I tend to get overwhelmed with projects and bring more into my life, but I committed to this weeks ago, and I'm looking forward to your thoughts and your opinions. So share them down below. Let me know which pattern really got you excited and which one you think would work best with the fabrics that I shared. I also have 3 additional patterns that I thought would really be nice to share with you for not only this challenge but for the spring season as we enter it. So the first pattern, this is a camisole top. It's from the Great British Sewing Bee. I did do tons of searching for free patterns, and this popped up on my Google search. So I will leave a link to everything, not only this one of course, but I really love how this camisole looks. I love that little ruffle, that sort of overlay that just looks super sweet. So I'm gonna leave that link so you guys can grab this pattern. I have no idea how long it's going to be available. This pattern comes from the Great British Sewing Bee book. I'm not sure which book, but it's available here on this site. You can download the pattern and it takes you through how to get the instructions as well. So definitely follow the link down below to grab this pattern. Another pattern that I thought would be really nice to share is the Sophia Venus blog. Has this pussycat bow blouse. I'm not sure about things around my neck. I always complain about it, but then I make something, either a turtleneck or something that's really high, even though I feel like they're super constricting to me, yet still I make them. However, this pattern is available on that blog's site, and it comes in a size small to medium. So if you're beyond the medium size, there is information or guides over there to take you through the process of grading the pattern up or grading it down. But I do like the details of this, and you know, the season is coming where it's going to be beautiful, the weather's going to be nice, and I think a pussy bow blouse is always so very classic and polished and beautiful. I really like it, and the fact that this is a short sleeve, just, you know, let's get ready for spring, right? And the third pattern that I wanted to share is the Itch to Stitch Lago tank top. I have been looking for a really good tank top, and this one popped up in my search and I thought I would go grab it, so I did. And I just like having those. I work out a lot, I run a lot, and I am just always very active, so tank tops are perfect for me living here in Texas. So those are 3 that aren't on the radar to get sewn anytime in the near future, but I thought that you guys would be interested in those. And that is it. Those are my inspirational free patterns to you for the hashtag SewFrugal22 challenge. Don't forget to watch the previous sewists and those that follow me. Also, don't forget to check out Mari's Sews. She is right next to me today sharing her amazing inspiration for you. Thank you to Ruan and Sam for putting this together. It's a lot of work and we truly appreciate it. There you have it. Thank you guys so much for joining. I'm really happy that you watched this video. I hope that it has been inspiring to you. If you like what you see, I would love for you to consider subscribing to the channel. Give this video a thumbs up. Head over to Instagram where I share a lot of stuff about my life as well as what is going on in my sewing space. I also have a Facebook page, so if you're interested, you can also find me over there. Again, thank you guys for spending time with me, and don't forget to check out all the lovely ladies in this challenge. I would also love to see your makes. So use the hashtag SoFrugal2022. Until I see you on my next video, have a wonderful day, and I'll talk to you guys real soon. Bye!
Push you away and we're done just like that. Something about you is pulling me back.